local man I was working with told me how his uncle had been hunting with a friend. Let's call them Eugene and Cameron. These two native Alaskan hunters were described as being excellent marksmen and exceptionally talented at navigating the hazards of the untamed expanses. They'd been tracking a big caribou herd for a while and eventually caught up with them in the mountainous valley. Eugene and Cameron got a good vantage point to select their targets. Using binoculars, Eugene scoped out the herd while Cameron took a quick moment for a smoke. Despite the remote location, Eugene spotted a curiosity: a trio of hunters on the far side of the valley. They'd killed and were cleaning a massive bull. Or so it seemed. Something was off though, and Eugene pointed this out to Cameron, who stopped smoking immediately to take a look. Cameron pulled out his rifle and zeroed the powerful scope on the three hunters. He quickly realised why the scene was so perplexing. The trio wore traditional indigenous clothing, handmade from hides and lacking any of the trappings now common among modern native Alaskans. It was stressed upon me that no one wears the old garb nowadays, except for ceremonies and holidays, and especially not to hunt. Other anomalies were quickly apparent. There were no guns in sight, and the hunters' bodily proportions were askew. Big heads with short bodies and commensurate arms and legs, but clearly muscular. All of a sudden, one of the hunters stopped his task and looked up from the caribou. His hand shot up, with his index finger pointing straight to the sky. The other two stopped too and looked at their companion expectantly. In an instant, the arm dropped parallel to the ground with the finger pointed directly at Eugene and Cameron. All three hunters turned their heads at the same time to look at them. Oh, that is... Meh. Startled, both flinched, looked at each other and then back towards the trio. But there was nothing to be seen. No hunters, no butchered caribou, nothing. After bagging their own kills, the two friends went to investigate the site where they saw the trio and their bull. Small splotches of blood littered the area. Tiny footprints, like those of children, were scattered around a circle, but there were no traces of tracks leading to or from the spot. Big heads, short bodies, sounds like the Greys to me. On top of these stories of the little people, the Alaskan Triangle has long been riddled with orb and variously shaped UFO sightings, and when you combine that with all of the missing people and the planes, it's not hard to see why this area, and Mount Hayes specifically, is now solidified in high strangeness history.